welcome. I'm so excited to share with you in this video about my very recent Equinox Fruit Fast experience. I shared in a recent social media, I think it was YouTube and Instagram, about, I think it was on Instagram that I shared about me doing a fruit fast over the autumn equinox. And I had many of you reach out and say, share more. And so here I am doing in this video. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Tumi. I am a poet and a dancer and a medical doctor, and I help people experience transformational levels of beauty, inspiring them to create and live their best, healthiest, and most conscious lives. And I do this through my healing dances and my expertise and guidance as a holistic physician. On this channel, I love creating videos around holistic health tips in general, including my raw vegan lifestyle, as well as a minimalism, a voluntary simplicity, and lots of dance. If any of that sounds interesting to you, then consider, if you haven't done it already, subscribing down below. Click the notifications bell next to it. So let's get into this video. So very recently, I completed, I believe it was 8 full days. On the 9th day, I broke my fast. I did a fast of just fruit, no overt fats, so no fatty fruits, to usher in the new season of the autumn. And it was beautiful, and it was powerful, and it was exactly what my body, mind, and soul needed. And I've been doing fasts or cleanses for several years now, and I talk about why and how in my book, Delicious Healing. If you don't know about that book, I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. But briefly, I find fast to be an incredible way of just getting even more aligned with spirit and nature, and helping me to shake off gently but efficiently and efficaciously things I don't want to bring forth from the last season into the new season. So I tend to do a cleanse or fast every season at the end or the beginning of every new season, as well as during my moon, during my sacred bleeding time of the month. So in this video, I'm going to share with you clips from my fast, and I documented it. I wasn't planning to share with anyone. It was just a way for me to speak about it from myself, to document it from myself. But I have the clips, and I'm wanting to share that with you now. And at the beginning of each day, I will come in here, interject in here, and share with you one tip or insight to help make a fast or cleanse more easeful for you. I also want to say a couple of things for you to have context. One, I've been now raw vegan for over 11 years, and that's really important. As I'll share with you, one of the tips is around really honoring yourself where you are in your journey. So I chose this fast because I've been doing raw vegan for 11 years. I have a lot of years under my belt, and so it feels pretty easeful for me to do only fruit, no overts for this length of time. I also wanted to say that I'm including this video as part of a series I'm doing on food addiction. I had someone who recently purchased my new poem dance called Release the Weight, who asked about food addiction more, and I wanted to make some videos about that. So I'm including this video in the food addiction series because I believe cleanses and fasts are a beautiful way, one way of many ways, to help heal food addiction. And it does that on a very practical level by starving, in a way, the bad bacteria, the bacteria that feeds off of the food, the unhealthy food that you usually toxify your body with. And so when you get away from that food, that bacteria begins to die off. And so cleanses are a beautiful way of recalibrating your gut microbiome. So this is day 1 of the autumn equinox fast. What I'm going to be doing for the fast is focused on grapes, because that's the season we're in. And I'm planning to do grapes, mono days of grapes, and also grapes as first meal, second meal being green smoothies or a mono fruit. So basically all fruit, no overt fats, possible greens when I do the green smoothies on the days I want to, but keeping it really simple for the next at least 7 to 9 days coming into the equinox. The feelings I've also had recently coming back from travel have been feeling low energy, feeling more snappy or just irritable, not my true self. And so I feel like this is just the calling to fast and to get really aligned with spirit. And I'm excited to do that. So here goes. Choose a fast that works best for you and honors the season. So I chose to do mostly grapes during this fruit-only fast because it was autumn and we had availability of such delicious organic grapes at a beautiful price from vineyards that were very close to us. We have grapes on our own vineyard, but they were eaten by the birds while we were traveling this year. But we had access to some amazing grapes. So grapes were about 80 to 90% of my fruit fast, and that's why I chose that. So choose foods that are seasonal for your fast. I really believe that. It really helps the body, and those are the foods that are mostly the freshest, usually the freshest, and peak in terms of their nutrients and their potency. Also, do what works best for you. So I'm breastfeeding my almost 3-year-old little one, and so it was really important to me that I had enough calories even though I was cleansing my system, and though the detox wouldn't be too strong at all since I'm breastfeeding. So fruit only fast, which I do already one day a week, and then again every month I'm doing just fruits and no averts, is not too taxing or too detoxifying for my system. So honor yourself where you are in your journey. So this is day 2 of the Equinox fast, and a few things I'm noting already. Just already an increased sense of spirit-centeredness and calm, and I had some feelings of even mild depression and fogginess of clarity, mental clarity, and that's gone after one day of doing this fast. And yesterday I did grapes, followed by figs, and midday, later in the day, and a dinner of melon. And I slept better. I felt my sleep was deeper, even though I had frequent interruptions. Sky was moving a lot yesterday. 2 pee breaks. I still felt better rested this morning. But overall, I just feel less inflamed and just more centered and more calm. And that feels really, really good. So I'm excited to see what today is. I know that every day there are ebbs and flows, but I'm already feeling just a sense of more presence and confidence, faith. So onwards. Set an intention for your fast or cleanse. It is so helpful, I believe, to have a clear intention of what you're wanting to manifest or womb-fest or bring about through the fast. Fast makes things faster. A fast really helps to unblock channels and helps things to flow faster. Your ability to manifest and bring to life things is at an incredible pace, an incredible deepness and depth during this time. So use that, harness that power to set an intention. My intention for my fast was to be able to communicate in a way that felt much more aligned with my heart, in a way that is more spacious and allows me to breathe before I speak. I really wanted to hone and improve my ability to communicate in a way that is more loving and spirit-centered. That was my strong focus for this fast. Okay, day 3. I'm feeling so much better. I'm feeling like my true desired self, I'm feeling flow. And it's just hard to describe the specifics, except that I just feel, again, more like who I'm meant to be, myself, my true self, when I'm at my best. Yesterday I had grapes, followed by later on watermelon. Then I had some figs, and then I had a few grapes in the evening. I had a fresh shipment of grapes I wasn't expecting. That just felt like Spirit's affirmation that this is exactly right. About 20 kilos of grapes, which is incredible grapes. So I feel so blessed. And my beloved, my sweetheart, was not feeling so good physically. And it just felt so amazing to be able to level up in terms of being able to be even more present for him and for my child, our child, and not feel depleted. And I know so much of that is the energy that just got unleashed from being on this fast. I feel so much more energized. I went for a lovely run in the mountains yesterday, or the day before, and yesterday I did a HIIT workout. I'm feeling so good. And I'll just talk a little bit about bowel movements. They've been regular. They're usually regular for me anyway, but I haven't seen any huge changes in that. It's perfect. Do other practices outside of the fast that supports your fasting and cleanse. Some of my favorite activities that I do during fasting are dry brushing, also doing detox yoga. So yoga poses and asanas that are very cleansing for the system and the energetic system. That includes things like twists, and also doing breath work, really deep breath work, pranayama work that helps also the cleansing process. So it's day 4, and over the night there was this incredible strong rainfall, and I love sleeping when it's raining, and it just felt so cleansing. Yesterday I felt a lot of emotions come up and through me, and I think that's part of the cleansing process and this up-leveling process. A huge part of why I'm doing this cleanse, it just feels right seasonally, and it has for the past several years, or past few years at least, except for when I was pregnant with my little one. It feels good every season to welcome in the shift, to move into a new season with more poise and clarity. And for this particular season shift, it feels really good and has felt right to focus also on intentional and loving speech. And I'm feeling more of that spaciousness and more clear to do that. And I feel that definitely that's this cleanse working. That's this detox, this fast working. Yesterday I had to eat grapes. It was around, as always, around 1:30 p.m. And my next meal was figs, a few figs from the farmer's market. We got a little box of delicious, beautiful purple figs. And then when I got home, I also had some plums from some friends' farm. They grow delicious plums. And 2 or 3 mangoes that I shared with my little one. And that was my meals for yesterday. It's felt really good to start every day with grapes, and then have mono meals of fruit for the rest of the day, of other fruit if I want to. I haven't felt like bananas, but I've been loving what's in season, the plums, watermelon, which is going out of season, and mangoes, which are coming into season, which I love, I adore.
but I feel overall just less inflamed. And I wasn't super inflamed before, but my diet is, again, very healthy, raw vegan, almost always low fat. A couple of days I allow myself a little higher fat. But, we've been traveling, and with that comes sometimes compromises in terms of maybe the freshness of ingredients. Again, always raw, more than 99% raw. And when I do things that are not raw, it's things like cashews or toasted nori or maybe some other heated nuts, but more than 99% raw. And so that feels like a really good place for me. But again, maybe higher fat days were more frequent right before I started the fast. And I was just feeling more congested, inflamed, and my mood just felt low. And I think it's, again, what tends to happen at the end or with the season shift is a desire to cleanse and let go of the old seasons. I think it's also energetic and emotional in a way. Physically, I mean, I just finished a 20-kilometer race a few weeks ago, so I was feeling very physically strong, but just a little bit of low energy, and feeling the desire to up level in the ways I've talked about. So, yeah, I'm excited for this day after this beautiful rain. We're going to spend some time, more time, by the sea and in the sea today. I always find that so centering, and being next to and in the cleansing waters of nature. Onwards.
Trust the process and rest. Fasting is work. It is really deep work, I believe, if you're doing it the right way. And it requires rest, or it calls for you to rest. So give yourself rest. Rest your eyes, sleep more, rest your body. You might find that you have detox symptoms even if you are honoring yourself where you are. I do find that if you're honoring where you are in your journey and you don't do too strong a detox or as strong a cleanse, that detox symptoms are not so destabilizing, but they still come up. Emotions will come up, physical symptoms might come up. So give yourself rest. Clear out your schedule, really minimize too many social interactions, and go within. That is my suggestion. I find that that really helps a fast or a cleanse be much more easeful.
So, this is day 5, the early day of day 5. I'm recording these soon after waking, usually right before I start my yoga practice and then my dance class or dance practice for the day. So that's why I'm telling you about things that happened the day before, because it's early in the day of day 5. And day 4 was beautiful. We went to the sea and just immersing myself in the waters and getting some additional sun therapy, sunbathing, air bathing, sea bathing felt so good for not just my skin and my hair, but also for my spirit. And I found yesterday to be a day that, in general, it's been pretty easeful. I have found some days to feel like more emotions are coming up. And yesterday that seemed to be the case also, but it felt much more comfortable. Some days it feels more uncomfortable when emotions come up and out with this cleanse. And yesterday I just felt different things, some sadness, some sense of aloneness, or not aloneness, maybe more of disconnection at times in the world with certain people, certain relationships that have ended, dreams, dreams of past relationships, vivid, coming up. I think it's all a way of releasing, of the body and mind and spirit releasing that which no longer serves, things coming up to be healed and let go of, So I welcome it all, and I think it's been really, really beautiful. And I'm so grateful for this practice and gifting myself this as we move into a new season. So I'm sleeping great, vivid dreams, but deep, restful feeling sleep. I sleep great usually, but it feels like an additional level of deepness, and definitely my dreams feel much more vivid during the cleanse. Yesterday I had grapes at the beach.
Soon.
I'm doing.
Okay.
I had, after that, a mango a few hours after that. And for dinner, I had watermelon. It was not the best watermelon. Watermelon is going out of season, but I'm extremely picky. I had watermelon, and then I added some passion fruit. That is such an amazing, amazing combination. I've been doing it for years when I have both available, and I did, and it made for a delicious dinner. So it was half a watermelon, a big watermelon, with passion fruit squeezed on top. That was dinner. And yeah, I'm excited to see what the day brings and to welcome it and embrace it and deepen in this cleanse. Onwards.
I talked about this in my last video. Please check that video out. It's all about how to help heal food and internet addiction, and it's important also for a fast. Curate your feed. So I really believe in quieting the noise. I think turning off social media or decreasing it immensely is really helpful to have an easeful and really deep cleanse and fast. Don't look at cooked food videos if you're in a raw food cleanse. Don't look at food if you're in a juice cleanse. Really be mindful and very choosy about what you put your eyes and your ears and your heart upon during this time. Curate your feed, quiet the noise, and get very picky about what you're taking in, including social interactions. This is a great time to read inspirational books. I saw a question recently about some of my favorite books. That video is coming. I have so many, and I might break that video up or do several videos on books on different realms. So maybe books on minimalism and books on dance or books on poetry. I'm a bibliophile. I have been since I could read, so that would be too long a video about the books of my favorite books. Really read books that you know that are inspirational to you, or find books on detox that you find are really helpful to you.
So today is day 6 of the Equinox Fast. I'm feeling great. I had a deep night of sleep. I don't remember dreams last night, but I do feel really rested. Despite some wakings at night, I've definitely had a little bit more urinating during the night, especially when I have melons for the last meal. So yesterday I had grapes followed by mangoes, a couple of mangoes, and dinner was a delicious peel this apple melon, half of a really big one. So I find that when I have melons or watermelons for dinner, I tend to go 2 times, sometimes during the night. So despite that waking during the night, I woke up feeling so rested and so good and energized. The downloads continue to come strongly. I feel them in general, but they feel even better or deeper during this time. I feel way less inflamed. I feel so much more energized, a stronger sense of spirit-centeredness and calm and clarity, deep clarity about how to move forward with work specifically, which is what I had questions about in my mind.
Listen to your body and be very mindful as you are taking in your food or your juices or in the fast. And I'm trying to get to the point of not calorie counting. Again, I've been on this journey for 11 years, the raw vegan journey. I haven't calorie counted since like day since like year one, if I ever did, honestly. I really believe on eating or taking in calories until I am feeling full, or sated is a better word, and then stopping. I did the same thing with my fruit fast. I never counted calories. I just had fruit until I was sated, and then I stopped. And what always helps with that is mindful eating. I have videos on this channel around mindful eating. I cannot stress it enough. It is so, so important.
So today is day 7 of the Equinox fast, and we didn't have the best sleep last night. We lost electricity. We're off grid, and one of the batteries that was sent to us to set up our battery system, Pufflecud, stopped working, died last night. And so we have no electricity, and I was talking to my beloved about that, and I think we're a little bit figuring out how to deal with that. It was not the best sleep. And yet, despite all that, the reason I'm sharing all of that is that I still woke up feeling so good and energized. And I often, I think, take for granted on this raw vegan lifestyle how good my sleep is and how rested I feel. And it's even, I didn't think it could get better, but it's definitely, I think, better on just fruit fasting, all fruits. And it makes sense in a way. It's just even more simpler and less digestive load, with no fats, no greens, and just fewer ingredients, mono meals of fruit and grapes at that, right? A lot of grapes. So day 7, I'm feeling energized. I'm feeling super centered in spirit and guided by spirit and grateful and calm. And despite the challenges with the lack of electricity, since our batteries are not working, I feel a sense of just calm and positivity about figuring it out. Yesterday, the menu plan was I had grapes and followed by some figs. And for dinner, I had, was it melon again? Melon. And after that, I was still a little bit hungry, and we had some divine mangoes. I think we had only 3 mangoes we found, but we shared 3 mangoes that were, I'm so happy mango season is coming here.
Move your body. Even if you're fasting, except maybe if you're doing water fasting. But if you're fasting and taking in nutrients and calories, I really believe in moving. And that might just look like stretching, deep, breath-filled stretches. It might look like more like yoga, yin yoga, or even more active yoga, hatha yoga, or even ashtanga yoga, depending on how energized you feel. During my detox or during my fast, I was dancing every single day. And some days I even did some light running and some swimming because I felt very energized. I was getting a lot of calories in through the fruits. Movement is a beautiful way to move and detoxify the lymphatic system. And that's really a really important part of cleansing and fasting and detoxification.
So it's early day of day 8. What was interesting last night is I woke up just naturally, probably around, I'm guessing 5:30 or 6. And I just felt energized and done with sleep. So that was interesting. And I would say I averaged probably yesterday around 6.5 hours of sleep. And I like usually a solid 8 hours. That's what usually just feels really good in my body. And so it's interesting to find that on this cleanse, or just yesterday anyway, I felt less need of sleep. Just woke up and went into prayer and breath work and felt a lot of great downloads from spirit that were beautiful and calming and centering. And yeah, I'm loving the cleanse and taking each day as, do I want to continue? And I had said 7 days at least, and it's clear to me that I want to continue on day 8. I think I definitely want to take it into the equinox, and that is tomorrow is the equinox. So I want to definitely do today and then possibly break my fast tomorrow or do a fast on the equinox also. We'll see. Healthy, beautiful, regular bowel movements. Feeling so clear-minded. I had a little bit of a headache this morning, but it's gone. After breath work, it was gone. So I think something was just releasing there. And so clear of mind, feeling great. Yesterday, I had grapes to break my fast for breakfast, is what I mean. Second meal was, I had a melon, and then I was craving some seaweed. Seaweed is part of my usual raw diet, and I felt a very strong craving for seaweed. So I don't know if that was an iodine thing, but I gave myself a couple of sheets of nori, just ate that by itself. And that was it. I was gone after that. And then I had more grapes for my last meal of the day. I'm close to my moon. My luteal phase is right now on my moon. My bleeding time of the month, sacred bleeding time, will probably be coming in about 2 days. Probably exactly 2 days, because it's usually right on schedule. Usually every 28 days. With the new moon, it'll come, unless something shifts. But it's just interesting to feel in my body, definitely with the luteal phase and with this coming of the sacred blood. It's a beautiful time right before the moon of just taking stock of what's working and what's not working and preparing for release. And I think emotions definitely come up even more during this time for me. And I felt that yesterday for sure. But it was beautiful just to observe the emotions and let them kind of come up and out. And by out, I meant that I just honored them. I acknowledged them. I breathed. Carved out time for even longer meditation than I usually do. And by longer, I mean like 5 minutes longer. Still mama duties, but instead of 20 minutes, I did 25 minutes. I did my shred, which is stopping to honor, release emotions through dancing. So that's something that I do, dancing just for myself to let the emotions come through. Just these beautiful self-care practices that help me feel and release and honor the emotions that come through. So it's been a beautiful experience, this cleanse, and I'm so thankful for it. And I'm excited to keep up-leveling into my true voice.
Meditate in nature. This is a time of, I believe, so many downloads from spirit, or if you don't believe in spirit, you will just get a lot of insights during fasting. And that becomes even more clearer and more crystallized through the beautiful practice of meditation. And then taking it into nature, amazing. So I really recommend, it was amazing for me to continue my daily meditation practice, to continue my daily grounding practice, but spend more time in nature, amidst Mama Nature, with her, breathing in that fresh air and meditating. It was incredible during this time and made the fast experience faster and much more pleasant. Break your fast judiciously, mindfully, and up-level rather than reverting into your old diet. Unless your diet is perfect or as you want it to be. But if you're using the fast as a way to up-level, then up-level. Really take it up a notch when you go to your new maintenance diet. And I have a few offerings to help you with that. One is my Release the Weight poem dance. It's new. I've talked about it already before, but if you haven't heard about it before, it's where I pair a healing dance that I craft and perform for you. You don't have to dance unless you want to, along with a holistic health lecture that I share with you tips from my professional experience as a physician, guiding many people on detox and losing weight, and my personal experience having released 30 pounds of unwanted weight and kept keeping them off already for 10 plus years. I bring both the professional and personal perspective as well as a dance to release the weight, a poem dance to help you release and keep off unwanted weight. And so that is a beautiful poem dance for anyone who's wanting to release weight and or improve your diet long term. So I share in there tips around maintenance diet and having a healthy diet. It's really important, I believe, after fasting to not detox, or retox, but rather to move into a maintenance diet that's even better maybe than before you had your fast. I also have a webinar called The 5 Keys of Success on a Raw Vegan Diet. If you're interested in being raw and having success in it, check out that webinar. I'll leave a link to Release the Weight, my poem dance, as well as that webinar in the description box down below. I also have a summer synergy cleanse. So if you're looking for a healthy detox, I have one that's just specifically for the summer. Right now in real time, it's not the summer anywhere in the world, but for the Southern Hemisphere folks, you're moving into the summer soon. So check out that cleanse. And if in the future, hi there, you happen to be watching this in the summer, check out that cleanse in the description box below. And any of you who've experienced a summer synergy cleanse and have some things to share about it, please let people know down in the comments below. And I'd love to hear from you. What tips I shared here did you resonate with? And what insights have you had on your own cleanses? How have cleanses been for you? How has the fasting experience been for you? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with anyone you think might benefit, subscribe if you like, and I'll see you in the next video. I send you so much love. Take care.